And willingness is the key. It's not just obedience. Because a lot of times we can do obedience, but we're not willing, but we do things grudgingly. And I do recall in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, I think it's verse 6, where God tells us to be a giver and warns us not to be a grudging giver, but he asks us to be a joyful, cheerful, prompt to do it giver whose heart's in their giving. In other words, he's saying, when you obey, be willing about it, because it's in your willingness that the blessing is released from the inside of you into your natural world. When you're unwilling, you're grudging, and the way the system's set up, how you behave, you'll reap that same thing back. How your attitude is and what you do, you'll reap that back in your life. So the willingness is very important. That's why I remind you again, one of my favorite scriptures. There's a lot of good scriptures that are my favorite, but this one helps me because I don't always feel like being willing. You know, we're born again believers, New Testament believers, and we're led by the Holy Spirit. It says the sons and daughters of God are led by the Holy Spirit. God got in us to lead us and direct us so that we can learn how to release the blessing that Jesus invaded us with when we got born again, so we can release it from the inside of our spirit into our natural world where we can partake of it. But it's done through the leadership of the Holy Spirit, and then we have to obey what he's leading us to do. And everything, like Pastor said, isn't going to feel comfortable. So that's why I pray Philippians 2:13 all the time. All the time. God, it is you that creates and energizes in me the power and desire to will and do for your good pleasure, satisfaction, and delight.